Ron Lighthall. And right now we are at the world headquarters of Rush Construction right here on our beautiful Space Coast. We are in the shadows of the Kennedy Space Center, and I am here with the newly appointed president of Rush Construction, Ben Thornton. Ben, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for coming.
We are, by no mistake, here in the shadows of the Kennedy Space Center, and you guys are recently celebrated your 40th anniversary here, building and constructing some of the most recognizable buildings in Brevard County, particularly in the commercial realm. Tell us a little bit about Rush Construction, its history, and then we're going to get into your appointment as president.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we just celebrated our 40th anniversary. So Rush was founded on May 1st, 1984 by Ed Rebel. Ed actually immigrated here from Cuba, was fortunate enough to start Rush Construction in 1984, and here we are today, 40 years later, still living out his vision.
We're all familiar with the square, the Rush logo. We see it around. You have facility maintenance vans that are ones that go around and make sure your buildings are properly maintained. Let's talk about the incredible growth that Brevard County has seen in the last 4 years, and you guys being a part of that, particularly at the Space Center. Tell us a little bit about the construction projects you have out at the Space Center that are just really incredible structures.
Yeah, so as everyone knows, the Space Coast is booming right now, and it's very exciting to be a small portion of that. So we've done quite a bit of work for customers out at the Space Center, such as Blue Origin and Delaware North most recently. But it's just, the amount of growth that those companies are experiencing is just huge. And it's exciting to be a small part to help them, live out their vision.
Now you're an engineer by education.
Yes, sir.
And you understand the complete dynamics of construction. Let's talk about some of the challenges you may face, because you're being asked in some cases to do things that have never been done before, particularly here on the Space Coast when you're developing buildings to build rockets and things. What are some of the challenges you guys have come across and some of that innovative that your team has put together?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, a lot of these companies are going through a research and development phase. So it's neat to work alongside with them through a design build project and help them to figure out their processes as we're designing the building. And their needs are ever changing. So we've been very adaptable to meeting our clients' needs and working with them, because we understand that they're still developing their processes. So we try to partner with them and work through it to provide a successful project for all.
The size and the scope of the construction projects you guys are doing is nothing that you really can wrap your head around. As somebody who says, "Oh, I went through the construction of a home," I mean, there is just countless studies and certain protocols you have to go through before the first shovel even hits the dirt. Tell us a little bit about your environmental consciousness, because you guys do a great job working with a particular sustainable mindset now. And you guys were at the forefront of that early on before it really became part of the lexicon of construction and sustainability, particularly when you're building hospitals.
Yeah, so each client's needs are different, and we've tried to work very closely with them and our design partners and different engineering partners to provide sustainable designs that ultimately meet the client's goals and needs.
So let's talk about some of the materials you've seen over the last 4 years. It used to be, concrete, block, wood, and you built a building. What are some of the more cutting edge material you guys are working with now that work with energy efficiency, solar, different things that are lighter materials for the actual building, but sometimes in some cases, 5 and 10 times stronger?
Yeah, so we've really, worked with our design partners on selecting mechanical and electrical equipment that's going to be most cost effective for the end users, as well as what we can get with the, ever-changing economy and lead time issues. So that definitely a lot of consideration going into the design aspect.
As a young person, you were newly appointed here as president of the company here just May 1st, so you are brand newly minted and sitting in a new desk in the corner office. Tell us a little bit about the vision, and you're going to take over the reins here and the leadership. Tell us a little bit about Ben and your vision for the future for Rush Construction.
So Ed and William have laid an extremely strong foundation for Rush Construction, where the number one value is integrity. And I truly see that in everything that Rush stands for and does. Integrity is at the forefront. And so my vision is to continue, operating the company and managing it in an aspect where integrity is the forefront of everything we do.
Let's talk about Rush's economic impact in Brevard County. You employ a number of employees under the Rush badge, as well as countless subcontractors and labor that goes into these constructions. Tell us about the impact that Rush really focuses on when it comes to these construction projects, when it comes to the bidding process.
So currently we have about 125 employees, and our mindset is we want to hire people and we want them to stay here for their whole career. And we try to bring on people that we see a long-term fit for the company, and hopefully they'll stay here until they're ready to call it a day and retire.
When you see the huge growth that Brevard County has had, and not just growth, but a complete change in what is being built. Obviously, hospitals are a huge part of that, because the more population, the more need for hospitals, hospital beds, but also at the same time, technology is taking over. So there's more and more buildings being built for specialty care. How much input do you guys have when it comes to the design of that? And are you working with the technology companies to make sure that's all implemented in a seamless manner?
Yeah, the Rush, thrives on projects that are out of the box. We don't build your, typical gas station or something like that. We really look for projects that are technically challenging and, will be something that's not done every day.
You can walk into some of your buildings and there's always like a little unique nuance. Is that on purpose that, each one has like a little tiny either visual or structural feature in it that is so different and so out of the box? Is that done deliberately?
We try to give our clients a job that they'll be proud of, and they can say, not many other buildings around here look like that.
So your engineers and your architects are also artists. First and foremost, they like to think themselves as artists.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time on a design build job selecting our design and engineering partners to be sure that we get the right fit for the client's needs.
What do you see on the forefront here as far as, and I know you attend a lot of conferences, you attend different venues that are pushing different technologies. What are some of the big technologies that are coming out in the world of commercial construction that you really see a real bright future for?
I think just continuing to adapt to our clients' needs and working in high-tech environments such as the medical field or out at the Space Center, just continuing to adapt to the client's needs, and they're on the forefront of technology.
Ben, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been fantastic, and congratulations to you and your team for all you do and your new appointment.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.